G'day everyone, Tim from Bozzy Garage. Welcome to a beautiful day in Melbourne and welcome to a BMW Experience Drive Day. Right, so here we are today at BMW Waverley in Victoria. We've been invited to a BMW Drive Day. We're going to drive about half a dozen cars, I think, through down to Mornington Peninsula. We are starting off in the BMW X2, which I've never been in before. It's a small kind of SUV, latest model apparently. Really nice interior. This is the updated widescreen double LCD dash, I think. I don't know what you want to call it, but it looks really nice. It has a gear selector, which looks like it's from an electric car, but I don't want to drive off. So yeah, we're going to take this for a drive. We're going to see how it performs. There are a couple of electric cars which I am keen to get into. There's an i4 over there and an i7 I think as well. So let's see how today goes. So I've had my first drive in the BMW X2, first time I've been in this car actually. Quite nice interior as you can see, rather daring and adventurous two-tone colour combination, really big panoramic sunroof in there. The dash is quite nice, new and modern. Apparently there's a bunch of options available for this car. Mainly you can get it as an electric or as a petrol version. And interestingly, the cheapest one is a petrol and the most expensive one is a petrol too. 80 to 105 grand for petrol and 85 to 95 for an electric. So there you go. Didn't know this was actually available in electric, so check it out. Alright, we're done with the X2, now we're into one of my favourite cars, BMW M4. This is the convertible version. It looks amazing in the grey colour. We're going to put the roof down, see how it is in the sunshine. Yeah. Nice. Oh wow. So what is this? 2024 BMW M4 Convertible? Straight 6 twin turbo, I think, 4-wheel drive, 0 to 100 in 3 something, maybe 4 seconds. Fantastic car, roof off. Great sound, lovely interior, feels firm. And yeah, one of my all-time favorites actually, the BMW M3 or M4. Well, after a beautiful meal at Port Phillip Estate, we're ready for the afternoon drive, and the first car we're going to be driving is the BMW i7 Electric. So I've never actually really seen an i7 in the flesh. It is a huge machine, easily what, 5.5 meters long. It's the flagship of the range, fully electric. There's a petrol version too, of course. Alright, slight change of plan. We'll come back to the i7 later on, but we are in the X5. I think it's the X60, which is apparently the top of the range. Let's have a look at the back here. Beautiful blue metallic color. M60i. Nice big car, love it. Alright, at the helm of the BMW X5, I don't know if you can see, but there is actually a heads-up display somewhere in the distance there. I think this is the new dash that all the BMWs are going to have from now on, and really nice wide screen, quite clear, easy to see. The heads-up display, again, it's a real shame it doesn't show up on camera, but really quite useful. Big car, this one, the X5. Lovely car, great to drive, lots of power, handles pretty well, sounds really good too. Pretty nice utilitarian all-around vehicle, really. Recommended. Alright, finally it's our turn at an electric Beamer. This is the new i5, equivalent of the 5 Series mid-size saloon. Fully electric. Great colour, kind of a matte sort of grey. Looking forward to seeing how this compares with my Tesla, actually. Reasonably big car, definitely looks longer than a Model 3. Oh, by quite a margin, really. No sunroof. Good looking car, I like the front end of it. Grille, closed off of course, no air inlet there. Quite a new model, so this is my first drive of it. Let's see how it looks on the inside, and let's see how it is to drive. So here we are behind the wheel of the new BMW i5 electric sedan. Been in a few of the BMWs today now, and the cockpit is really quite standard across the range now, like we've seen in all the other cars, a double widescreen display. This one here actually has a flat bottom wheel, which we haven't seen yet. Pretty nice design. Paddles for boost. We've got a heads-up display, which you may be able to see in the foreground there against the black BMW. The roof is actually a glass roof, fixed full glass roof like in a Tesla, but without the middle panel that you'll see in a Tesla Model 3. Don't think it opens anyway. What we have here is the center console of the BMW i5, a little toggle switch to go park, reverse, neutral, etc. Electric handbrake, start-stop button. Really nice little toggle dial for the screen up here. And it is a touchscreen as well, I believe. Yes, it is. Alright, so I'm behind the wheel of the BMW i5 now. I've been in it for a few minutes, and it is a lovely interior. Really high quality finishes. The steering wheel is good leather. The screens are great. There is a heads-up display there too, which is pretty much the same as what's in the BYD Seal, which is a very useful addition to all cars. What don't I like? I'm not a big fan of the capacitive buttons which are here on the middle console. When you push them, the whole panel does move. If you're going to have a button, maybe just have an individual, regular, normal kind of button. Having the buttons on the steering wheel, no, very good, very convenient, very useful to have. Quite conventional, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with having an actual button here and there. Handling, really quite nice. We're taking a corner here at a normal speed. A little bit of wheel spin if we apply acceleration out of the corner. The interesting thing is though, when we compare the acceleration of this car, the only thing I can really compare it to is to my Tesla Model 3, which is a 2022 rear-wheel drive standard edition. I reckon it's maybe about as fast as a standard rear-wheel drive Tesla Model 3. Not really faster. Maybe I've got it in the wrong drive mode. There is quite a lot of complex buttons that we need to adjust here for the optimal settings. Do like the dash, do like the HUD, the heads-up display. Do like the roof. It doesn't open, but there is an integrated sunshade that you can open back and forth. Really quiet cabin. A lot quieter than my Model 3. I don't know how it is compared to a Highlander Model 3, the current one. But a really high quality interior finish. Lovely place to be. If you're in the market for a mid-size electric SUV, I think it's well worth having a look at one. So one thing after driving the i5 for about half an hour is that the regeneration was pretty much non-existent, but I believe that's probably just I didn't find the right setting in the menu. There's actually quite a lot of options that you can pick and choose from. We did find putting it in sport mode greatly improved the acceleration. Again, I'll probably put it on about par with a standard Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive in terms of acceleration. Very quiet cabin, very relaxing, and certainly a much more premium interior than on a Tesla. When we go inside, I don't know if it'll turn on or not, but what we can see is that there is actually, I'm pretty sure, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So where do we have it? A lot of options here. YouTube, Spotify. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe while we're talking about YouTube. Oh, no, I had it a moment ago. There you go. Android Auto is available. Apple CarPlay is available. I believe it would be wireless. I haven't tested it, haven't connected my phone, but that's one thing that the Tesla doesn't have, of course. No CarPlay, no Android Auto, but the BMW i5 certainly does. The controls, yeah, having all the buttons, look, I don't think there's too many buttons. I think there's about the right amount. There's quite a nice little touchscreen here that you can also adjust various settings on as well. And of course, you've got various icons and buttons on the steering wheel too. The car does have an integrated sunshade, which you can adjust from there. Currently open, of course, and it does stretch all the way to the back. Back seat comfort, really, really good. Good quality materials. Again, a whole lot better than the vinyl seat. Vegan leather seat in the Tesla Model 3. Again, I don't know if these are actually leather or a sort of a vinyl substitute, but they do feel very nice anyway. Not quite sure what that does, but there is an LED screen built into the dashboard on the passenger side, and quite a nice carbon effect, maybe even real carbon, located across the dash too. It's nice, high quality premium interior. BMW Bose & Wilkins audio. We actually haven't turned the stereo on at all because we've been listening to the sounds of silence. So you can also personalize the dashboard. Sport, for example, changes the display here, changes the dashboard display as well. But if you wanted something a little bit more relaxing, you can also have your relaxation setting. So after you've hit the relax function there, you get a nice landscape to look at there and pretty much no information at all on the driver's display except for your speed. Interesting. Customization, whatever you like. And of course you can, fine tune and adjust everything, turning on and off stability control, adjusting the suspension, adjusting the throttle response, a whole bunch of things that you can adjust on the fly. Probably recommend you do it as a passenger, because if you're driving, you should not be fiddling with your screen too much. But overall, the interior again of the BMW i5, it does match the corporate styling for the whole rest of the range. So if you know the rest of the BMW range, you'll be perfectly at home here. Certainly a lot higher quality than in the Tesla, which you'd expect really for the premium positioning and premium price that the i5 does command. So we're heading back to BMW Waverley after a beautiful day out in the amazing Melbourne weather, driving some fantastic cars, both petrol and electric. Was actually hoping to get a drive of the i7, but we've run out of time for today. So I'm going to talk with the dealer and see if we can get a loan of one for at least a few hours so we can get a bit of a review into it. We've plugged in BMW Waverley into the car's built-in nav. So this is not the nav that you get on CarPlay or Android Auto. This is the one that comes with the car, and it does tell you such information as how long it'll take you to get there, and of course what sort of charge you might expect to get there as well. So we're on the M3. It'll take us 80 minutes, and we should arrive with 44% battery remaining. Quite a large deep trunk in the back of the i5 and triple fold rear seat. Back seat. Oh, pretty spacious. I thought there would have been a bit more legroom. That's where I was sitting just a moment ago. It's fine. Nice. No rear screen, but a couple of USB-C chargers. And of course that big panoramic roof. Nice car, very luxurious. What a day. Many thanks to BMW Waverley. to AdamDental and to Port Phillip Estate for hosting a brilliant drive day of some amazing cars, both petrol, performance cars and electric vehicles too. Unfortunately today, because of time constraints, I wasn't able to have a go at the i7, which is BMW's super premium, top of the range luxury sedan. I did have a look in the back seat. It's got leg rest like in first class. It's got screens in the doors, which is fantastic. But I tell you what, the cars that I did get to drive, all fantastic. My favourite car of the day, M4 Convertible, no doubt. Amazing power, great transmission, good looks, roof off of course, and the sound it makes, wow, fantastic. The i5 sedan, I wasn't actually even going to record today, and then I realised, well, I've got my phone in my pocket, I might as well give it a go. Yeah, i5, the benefit of the i5 is that it does grab all the BMW refinements in terms of interior design, in terms of the interface that they have, and it's actually quite a good car if it's going to be your first EV and you've already got a BMW, because many things will be quite familiar to you. I did manage to play around with some of the settings, and when you do put it into sport mode, yeah, it does take off a lot better than what comfort mode the car was set to when I first got into it. Anyway, a very, very quick review of a fantastic BMW Drive Day. If you ever get the opportunity, highly recommend it. But you know what, I might actually reach out to BMW and see if I can get a couple of their cars for a little bit more of an in-depth review, which I've actually prepared for. Really love their products. And now that they're bringing out things from the i4, the i5, the i7, there's a couple of electrified little SUVs as well. I think they've got a couple of pretty powerful hybrids going on there too. BMW are going to be hopefully pretty well placed for the next phase of motoring, which does involve, of course, electrification. My name's Tim from Bozzy Garage. If you've enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, do all that kind of thing, and please tune in again for the next video.